story of Atta Ame Oboni, the Nigerian king who chose to take his life instead of bowing to the Queen of England. Atta Ame Oboni was a revered Igala king. At a particular meeting held in Kaduna, which consisted of all paramount traditional rulers in Nigeria and which had the Queen of England in attendance, Atta Ame was asked to remove his cap to greet the Queen of England as others had done, though he refused until they said he should leave the meeting if he would not remove his cap. But Atta was not like others. Or was he? It was a taboo for Atta to remove his cap in the public. The entire hall where they were staying was occupied by swarm of bees which emanate from the cap of Atta Ame Oboni, which he removed in order to greet the Queen. The Queen of England, as well as other rulers in the meeting, ran etasketa except the friendly Oba of Benin, who was asked by Atta Ame to go out before he removed his cap. The hall became empty as some were stung by the bees and the meeting ended. According to history, Atta Ame Oboni was asked to be arrested and handcuffed by the security people, which they did, but the handcuffs fell off his hands. He was later locked up in a room on the instruction of the northern rulers and guarded by the security personnel, but only to find out later by the personnel that he had left the room. Yes, when the security were taking him to be locked up, he told his advisor, Amanabo of blessed memory, to take the car and be going to Ida while the security locked him in the room. He then warned Amanabo not to look back until he felt a cool breeze in the car, though Amanabo argued a little that he cannot leave the Atta there, but later obeyed and started driving back to Ida from Kaduna. After some time, he felt the cool breeze in the car and Atta Ame was seated inside the car. The incident in the meeting made many traditional rulers, which were mostly northerners, to be angry, equally making kings run in such a manner because of bees. This became one important sin, and it was like one sin too many. The Queen of England was also not happy, and the Queen and northern elders started looking for a way to remove Atta Ame from the throne, since he was getting tougher and uncontrollable like others, as well as searching for an obedient replacement. Igala has various cultural festivals, one of which is Ocho. Ocho is celebrated before farming starts, and it is the time that Atta Igala prays to God for sufficient rainfall, bountiful harvest, success in hunting. It is celebrated in the bush, and the venue is called Erelche, where the Atta will hunt until he kills a buffalo or a strong animal. The community in Ida where Ocho takes place is called Ogo Efa. He performs a little sacrifice to the ancestors using a fowl in the process, and this was to find out if there will be blessing or problems in the land after the Ocho. Before this time, the enemies at home among the Igala people, especially those having connections with the leaders of the northern region, were working hard to get any evidence, either true or false, which can be used to remove him from the throne. The blood of the animals used as sacrifice at Uchu Grant now became what the enemies used against him. Petition was written by these two Igala people to the queens, to the queen and some other northern leaders that Atta Ame was sacrificing humans during the Ocho festivals, since they were looking for any means to replace him with. Judgment was quickly passed that he must be dethroned, even when investigations were not yet concluded. In addition, all the Igala cultural festival, including the Ocho, were immediately banned, and this remained for almost 63 years until Governor Yaya Bello unbanned them based on the appeal of the present Atta Igala. Already, before this time, the Oba of Benin, who had such friction with British, had already been dethroned and banished from Benin. So Ata Ame Oboni knew that at that point, no matter what spiritual approach applied, it can only postpone the evil day, as his enemies will never relent until he was removed by them. The result of the blood sample, which was taken from the Ocho venue and taken to University of Ibadan for analysis, had arrived, and it was proved that it was the blood of an animal and not human. Sadly, the revered king Ata Ame had passed on before the result was brought, but Ata Ame, being very sure that he was wrongly accused and framed up by his enemies, especially those from Igala who wrote the petition against him, marking the beginning of his planned dethronement, made some pronouncements before his death. He was allegedly quoted to have said that the person who wrote the petition against him would have that hand dry up, and that the leader of the gang or petitioners would be buried 3 times, and they all came to pass. While the hand dried as said, the other was buried as stated. First was the leg, second was his hand, and the third was himself, all buried at various times at different locations. In addition, as this information of this dethronement was given to him in a meeting from where he was supposed to go back to Ida and prepare to leave the throne, he stopped on the way in another Igala land called Dekina. That was where he took his life. Before taking his life, he was allegedly quoted to have said that the town, Dekina, will be popular, but its development will not be as much as its popularity. He was also quoted to have said that because Igala was the genesis of the ordeal, there will be disunity among the Igala people until the reign of his own blood son Ata, and all Igalas, irrespective of their locations, will be reunited again. I think from the reconnection and the reunification of Igala people across Nigeria and beyond, which has been going on and still going on under the reign of his son Agabaudu Idakwo Ame Obonitu, the present Ata Igala. The pronouncement of reunification of Igala people is also coming true. We have compiled some never seen documentary videos about slave trade, extortion of Africa's resources, Western agendas, and many more. These videos will be against Facebook policy. Follow the YouTube to never miss any. Even the YouTube too. It's not everything that you put there. Oh, what a history. Black man betrayed a black man. That's what they be now. People always betray people now. It's not only black man. That's it. And that was how the Benin monarch Ovorame Nogbasi was forcefully removed and taken away and looted all our artwork. The British have done no good but harm to Nigeria. That was a real man of his words and himself. I salute him. Betrayers have mentors. We still betray our brothers to date. God have mercy on us. May so continue to rest in peace. Going through this piece, that's what I see here. It's betrayal. We Africans have been our problem since the one, right from the onset. Now wow, all this is you just hear them, you think they are taste by moonlight, but that's not it. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.